A 1931 novel written by Aldous Huxley, Brave New World, and Ridley Scott's 1982 film, Blade Runner Director's Cut, are both cautionary tales that prefer dire warnings regarding the degradation of the human condition, giving the changing political, economic, and social paradigms of its time. The juxtaposition between Bernard and Lenaina's attitudes towards the sterile world state and the natural reservation is established when Bernard is taken aback by the clear blue skies, whilst Lenaina thinks his remarks are irrelevant. Bernard comments, "Isn't it beautiful?" which is mollified by Lenaina's reply, "Simply perfect for obstacle golf." This juxtaposition in attitude is also found later when the couple is flying over the English Channel. Bernard hovers briefly over the waves for Lenaina to see the beauty of the ocean, and her negative reaction is exemplified by Huxley's use of the emotive, "But it's horrible," and "she was appalled." The effect of hypnopedia had given those who live in the world state a sense of stability by believing everything that is being told of them, and conditioning their minds to loathe nature. Huxley uses Bernard, who is considered to be unusual, to present his personal views and ultimately cautioning his audience what may happen if humanity becomes disconnected from the natural world. Yeet! The juxtaposition between Bernard and This theme is similarly found in Ridley Scott's Blade Runner Director's Cut, where Scott illustrates what the world would be like if we continued to deteriorate the Earth. The 1980s saw much change in regard to the environment. Issues such as US President Ronald Reagan's environmental policies and the Chernobyl disaster showed that the threat of human activity had largely impacted the environment. An aerial shot of a futuristic LA cityscape in 2019 showcases a heavily polluted and populated metropolis, devoid of any vegetation. In addition to this, non-diegetic sounds of the synthesized Vangelis music allude to how unnatural the world is, and can also be heard over a wide shot of the city streets, exemplifying the degradation of the environment and the decay of the world itself. The motif of ice and myopia are symbols implying that audiences are blinded to the harm which the environment is facing, and as a result, the decimation of it all. It is evident that the deterioration had gone so far that the standard procedure is to abandon buildings and move off-world to escape the world they abused. The emphasis of these scenes are symbolic and effectively reveals how mankind controls and stunts the natural world. This is similar to the character of Lenaina in Brave New World, as she is unseeing of the natural environment she is surrounded by. Another theme explored in both texts is man's disconnection from the natural world, in context of one another, highlighting the dire consequences of humanity's hubristic pursuit of technology and calling into question mankind's humanity itself. Huxley creates a civilization which has lost all its attachment to nature and the basis of humanity through the reliance of technology, an advancement that makes living thoughtless. Firstly, citizens of the world state look to Henry Ford as a messianic figure, and children are produced on an assembly line who are chemically modified to fit a certain social class in society. To emphasize this, the use of pregnancy substitutions and drugs, referred to as soma, removes the necessity for emotions and supposedly maintains social stability. Citizens of this new world operate more like machinery and less like humans, which is endeavored by the world state's conditioning system. The irony is used to show technology's association with the equality of human life, which degrades every part of our natural instincts. Huxley satirizes humanity by dehumanizing the citizens of the world state and, overall, cautioning his contemporary audience and audiences over time by illustrating that too much reliance on technology can lead to the destruction of our humanity. Another theme Similar to Brave New World, Scott's Blade Runner also explored the degradation of the human condition and was concerned about rapid changes in technology, leading moral dilemmas such as the one explored in the film. What makes us human? Specifically, the proliferation of computers in homes and offices during the 80s produced fears of job losses and anxiety about being able to keep abreast of technological advances. Scott reflects these concerns with a long-angle shot of the Tyrrell Corporation, showcasing the company's dominance over every aspect of life. The corporation creates robotic humans known as replicants, designed to imitate humans in every way except their emotions. Later in the film, dialogue spoken by L.D. Tyrrell, the creator of the Tyrrell Corporation, says, "Commerce is our goal." Those living in this futuristic LA cityscape under the corporation's motto, "More human than human." The quote suggests that corporations care about the money more than maintaining standards of the human condition. Huxley views the values of this society as desensitized and ignorant, similar to the ideals presented by Scott as he expresses his concerns using the cyberpunk genre of film. Ultimately, Brave New World and Blade Runner are speculative narratives that entertains audiences through the prophecy of possible futures. They explore men's disconnection from the natural world, from the environment, and by one another, due to the hubristic pursuit of technology, and by extension, a degradation of the human condition. Each speculative voice, despite their differing contexts through different media, ultimately presents the dire consequences and called into question mankind's humanity, clearly presented based on the social, cultural, and historical values of its time.